Welcome back to the New Amsterdam Radio podcast for creatives. It is I, the mayor, Flobo Boys, and I'm actually having a cup of hot coffee because I love to have a little bit of a conversation with my guest. Friend of the show, Decentricity, has told me about a whole new kind of way of thinking about the metaverse that blew my mind. So, first things first, Decentricity, welcome back.
Thank you, Flobo. Nice to be back.
Nice to be back. We're talking about what relationships, all different kinds of relationships, means in the metaverse space. Now, for me, someone who's new to this, I was like, well, I guess you have friends, but you're saying there's a whole other category of how people get together in the metaverse.
Yeah, this is sort of like for a lot of people now, the metaverse is new, but the metaverse isn't new, and the metaverse is super old. The term was like the term is old, and like the metaverses are older still. They used to be called like the cyberspace places, and some of them were even like text-based places where right now we would call them forums, but they called themselves cyberspace, and that's sort of like how everything started. But I'm talking in particular about one metaverse that is called Second Life. And
I remember that one.
Second Life is 18 years old. It's super
old.
Oh
my God. Just say I'm old. Forget the fact that you just. I remember when it launched. It was a big deal. It was a big deal when it launched. It was like
it was huge. IBM had a place in it. Like an island or something. Microsoft.
There was an episode of CSI New York where a killer was in Second Life, and so the cops had to go into it.
Oh, it was so embarrassing.
Embarrassing. I was like, this is so cool.
And they had to do it like in a big screen, like it was a huge projecting.
Yeah, it's cutting edge.
So sort of Second Life was like early metaverse, right? Like the kids don't know.
They don't.
It's still around. It's they have a nifty URL now. It's Second.life. They're not an NFT metaverse. They're not a crypto metaverse. I specialize in crypto and NFT, as you know. But it's but there's been a lot of relationships in there that people who meet on Second Life get married on Second Life, who dump their husbands for a pole dancer that she met in online game Second Life, which is actually a title of a Daily Mail article.
Wait, hold on. So you're telling me that people get together and in this case left his stable IRL relationship for something that was virtual. Now I gotta put my old man pants on. But what about there's someone in the flesh, literally in the flesh, and love is elsewhere? How do you reconcile that?
I can't, but like I do understand it in a way, because like sometimes like there's a lot of so first of all, Second Life is something that's like you might think of it as something lo-fi graphics. It's doesn't look like today's games, but when you're in it, you're actually immersed because you're having something called social immersion. Not when we talk about immersion in gaming, it's usually whether a game is realistic or not, right? But it's not really. It's not that when you're talking about metaverses. When you're in a metaverse, you're immersed if you're socially immersed. If you believe that this is your people, your community, you're talking with this person, and you're walking together with this person through an empty street, or in a car together, and driving around, which is something you can also do in Second Life. So here's the thing, like when we, and this is not a philosophy class, but so we're not going to try to define love, right? So
do it.
The thing about love is like it's not something that you can, that's precisely it. It's not something you can define. It's not something you can define the start of.
Right.
Like you can fall in love anywhere. You can fall in love with like chats. You can fall in love with Zoom calls. You can fall in love definitely in Second Life, and a lot of people actually did that. And not just this mom of four. And this is an amazing article. Can I share my screen though? Like I just want to.
Yeah, you can totally. For those of you in the audio version, Decentricity is going to share her screen about an example of what love is in that metaverse space.
Oh, love is. So this is something I just something I found, but I've actually heard of this when it happened. So
wow.
yep. So Mama 41 met Nick playing Second Life, met in a virtual club, then went
Okay.
on a virtual date at an amusement park that lasted for hours. And within days, Saxon told her husband she wanted out of the marriage. They got married in the game. Like Nick and Kelly got married in the game and had a
Like
virtual
legally?
wedding. No, no, no. The game has a lot of mechanisms for you to be married. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, the community has like customization items. Like so, when you have an item in Second Life, it can confer you skills, capabilities, and including like even having a baby. And yeah, this actually happened. And a lot of people. This is the Daily Mail, so of course the Daily Mail takes you know the Daily Mail is basically laughing at them, but like it's not really. There's something. Um, a lot of these things are super real in a way that's like you're okay. So here's the thing. Like there wasn't COVID then. COVID wasn't yet there.
Oh yeah, yeah. COVID was a big X factor, it seems.
No, it's 2016, right? But still, like if you're at home, you do a lot of computers and like, or you're in a small city, or you don't get to go around to amusement parks and travel the world. On Second Life, you were able to, and that's something that I felt as well. Even though I never had like a serious Second Life relationship, but
Right.
what I was saying is like I walk around and I feel like this is a world. I'm traveling the world right now, and sometimes it feels like escapism, but also sometimes it feels more real than the real world. This might sound creepy, but more real than the real world. But like if your world is just your room,
Right.
and especially now during COVID, you're stuck at home because of lockdowns. Some of the countries here are still under lockdown. I'm sure the US is opening up, but like here is still there. And it feels you're cooped up somewhere, right? You're cooped up somewhere.
Absolutely.
And there's a window here, not just a window, a door for you to get out and meet people.
Well, I think the COVID thing really puts it in perspective, right? Because I think during the heyday of the American lockdown, which because it depends on what state you are here, because every state did their own thing. There were times where I felt like, man, I need connection. I'm a prisoner. I'm old boy. You see that movie? But there is maybe I'm just being a little bit blunt.
By the way.
Yeah, have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was. I watched them. I watched them both for a film class, but I like the original. But when it comes to like this kind of thing where people meet each other on chat lines or telegrams or Second Life, there is a little bit of a cynical person that says, hey, look, the reason why you're finding people on these things is because you're being more yourself in these virtual spaces where you have an extra layer of barrier of not showing the world who you are on the outside. Is that accurate, or am I off my rocker?
It's amazingly accurate, and I like that you mentioned Telegram. You mentioned the chat programs because those are by like a very wide definition. That's a metaverse as well. Zoom is a metaverse. This damn thing, StreamYard, is a metaverse because it actually originated from cyberspace. The William Gibson novel, I think it was Neuromancer, that was a novel that introduced cyberspace. It was a world with also computers and chatting, and that's sort of like only is plugged in because it's Neuromancer. But yeah, and that became a lot of the cyberspace networks that appeared early on in the 90s. And then Neil Stephenson with Snow Crash created the term metaverse based on that as well. So Neil Stephenson didn't create the concept of the metaverse. He created basically just the term metaverse, and that's basically more of a representation of reality, and that's why we remember metaverses as more like game-like things. But the thing is, as you said, like Telegram, chatting, those socially immerse you. Like when we're talking about immersion, especially in like games, we're just talking about how realistic the thing is, right? This is also true, but is it socially realistic? Like I'm talking to you right now. I'm just pixels on your screen. You're just pixels on mine. Yeah. But this is realistic, right? Of course, it's realistic. It's us face to face. But when we're talking on Telegram, like we have chat conversations, like and like stickers. It's socially realistic and
Right.
socially immersive. So these tools are metaverses as well, in a wider definition of the term. It's cyberspace. I kind of like going back. This is a tangent, but like going back to what you were saying.
Right.
Uh, we're cooped up at home. We're meeting people. We're falling in love. There's COVID love. There's COVID breakups. Um, and meeting people like that is, I don't know, like freeing us from the confines of our reality.
True.
And sometimes we're in there to escape. Sometimes we're just in there to make friends. But like even making friends is an escape these days. Yeah.
Well,
So
well, mic drop. You can't just mic. What? So say it again.
even making friends is an escape these days
That
because
is so poignant and so true. I mean, there's so much things are going on in there that we all need a friend. But continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
it's like this, right? I used to be like I used to be the type of girl who would be in events. Like you can guess, right? Like I'm an not clubbing, but like I'm an events kind of girl.
Okay.
I get events. I get invited to events.
Okay. Well, like county fairs. What's an event? That's not like.
No, it's blockchain events, geeky events, IT events, tech events.
Oh,
like
got conferences, seminars, and stuff.
conferences. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
seminars sounds so geeky, man.
Oh no! Sorry, you say events. I'm like, what is like Travis Scott going to perform events? Is there fireworks?
Okay. Yeah, okay. So conferences and seminars, hottie. I go there every week and like meet new people, right?
Yeah.
And that's sort of like, making friends is like super fun for me. And then pandemic happened, no new friends. But like I try to make friends in groups, in Telegram groups instead. And that's a lot of people weren't able to do it and get stressed out because they're at home. They couldn't meet new friends. But the thing is, like, I believe that meeting people is important. So, like, because we were trained to be entrenched at home for months, we basically switched over to meeting people within like text chat rooms. And some of us, well, including myself, just continued what we used to do. And also added on to that our metaverses. I used to do Second Life. I'm an 11-year metaverser. I've been on Second Life since
Wow.
2010. So
Yeah.
it's been a while. It's been a while. But like I left Second Life in 2017. Sorry, this is So I'm going to turn off Telegram. Sorry, I'm going to turn off the Telegram metaverse.
I mean, if you're plugged in, you're plugged in. Ain't no wrong with that. You're also a client. But I have a question. What's been the best, I would say, social interaction you had in a metaverse? Whether it be a date or an event or a friend date. Like, what was the best way to describe this for someone who's really known?
Concerts. Oh, dude, concerts. Yes. So I've on CryptoVoxels and in Second Life, I've been in concerts constantly, and well, also like clubbing. I guess I don't know if it's clubbing. It's clubbing. It's clubbing.
Yeah.
You're just typing and then you're
like it's not clubbing for me because I always get VIP status. Is that what you're trying to say? Like, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think it's clubbing. Yeah,
it is clubbing. It is clubbing. So it's I've never I haven't done it in like I'm 37 now. So last time I did any clubbing was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is kind of cool. This is a world and I'm just clubbing in it. And
what does that look like? Do the same thing? You get ready? Do you put on different wearables and hang out there? Like, how do you? Okay.
Different wearables, dances, and then like and a lot of chatting and like posting emoticons together, like a fire. Okay, everyone. When I say fire, you say ice.
Okay, yeah.
But it's and listening to music, of course, like the DJ thing. In some cases, like there are like but these are concerts though, like musicians, live musicians. Other times there's DJs, like there's a DJ in World. that's streaming in through Twitch, and there's like a big screen that shows the actual DJ, not his avatar, but his avatar is just hanging around there, like
Right.
walking around. So it's kind of cool having that kind of a social interaction in a way that's like, I don't know, COVID safe,
Yeah,
pandemic safe, and
absolutely.
and meeting people. I've met a lot of people like within the last 12 months. I've met more people than I've met like in the last year, when the pandemic was started last year, right? 2020, early
Yeah.
2020, right? In 2020, I hardly met new people except for the people that I work with or the people in the groups, and that's not a lot. in in 2021, I started doing metaverse stuff, like again, going back to the metaverse via crypto voxels, not Second Life this time. And oh, dude, a lot of parties and
Yeah.
a
A lot of
lot of
parties.
gallery showings, a lot of like haughty gallery showings with poetry reading.
Yeah.
So it's like, um, I'm immersed in the world again, and that already happened in Second Life. Actually, it's just no pandemic back then, so people were just there for like sometimes just minutes at a time. So Second Life was more empty, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Not a lot of parties. If you have a party, there's only like a few jazz clubs. I used to be a member of a jazz club. I forgot the name now. It's one of the biggest jazz clubs in Second Life.
Wait, did you
And
play an instrument, or it doesn't matter if
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
play?
the jazz club, as in, I'm just one of the members. As in, we pay dues like to get like live music coming in,
Oh,
like
nice.
like like the real jazz club, but
Yeah.
on Second Life, in Second Life.
So like
Um,
playing a cover to like a bar or something.
cover to blah blah blah. Yeah,
Uh,
and sometimes it's just like regular music. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And this was, God, this was the club, I think, closed in 2017,
mhm.
and we were all there for the closing. So the parcel basically got relinquished back to Linden Labs, who owns Second Life, and we were all there, and we were like, yeah, this is the end of an era. No one would know about this. This is just us, and like there's not a lot of people in the end. It's like what, 20, 30 people, but at its height, I remember there were, every time there's events, there's like hundreds of people, like or even like 200 people usually, because there's a limit to like how many people can be in a parcel, and for a
Mhm.
Second Life, and it's 200, I think.
And a
So
parcel's like a pot of land.
we always hit the limit, so it's always 200.
Gotcha.
So,
Just to clarify, a parcel is like a plot of land.
it's a plot of land. It's a plot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a plot of land that has its own server infrastructure, sort of. So there's a load. Like there's a maximum load.
Yeah.
I created a museum in Second Life, which is the Pico Vista
Ooh.
Museum of Computing. I don't know why I came up with the name like 11 years ago. Remember, so I don't remember why I chose that name. I just
I
thought it
hear you.
sounded more like, Pico, as in like, I don't know. I don't
It
know.
it's it sounds basically at home with other museums, so it's
Yeah,
totally fine with me.
you.
Yeah.
It's still there. It's still Googleable. You can actually still see it. I put in a lot of stuff. I put in mainframes. I put in like IBM stuff. I used to work at IBM, and I was working at IBM. So
Yeah.
I recreated all the servers in world. And just people just came. There's a donation box. You can donate stuff. You can donate money. And
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. But anyway, the I guess your question was actually simpler than this.
No,
I went.
I'm on board. You know what it is? This is gonna be weird. So you've been on the show a handful of times, and we talked about almost everything. Well, not almost everything, but enough things in different ways of looking at whether it's blockchain stuff or metaverse stuff. But I've never seen you so passionate, like on a personal level, than talking about how you have this like whole life on the metaverse. I remember you took me around crypto voxels, and I guys, if you're doing crypto voxels, don't be as lame as I was, because I had no idea what I was doing. But to walk around with you and introduce me to like other people and so many different plots of land or parcels, it felt like I was in this new town, and my cousin was showing me around. So yeah, by all means, you're not being a goober at all.
Right. Yeah. This is sort of my passion. I mean, it's an even older passion than blockchain. As in,
Mhm.
I mean, 11 years ago. So and I am making my own. Like, this is something that you know, but I guess the audience doesn't know. I'm making my own metaverse, and this podcast isn't an ad for it. It's something that we're just making. It's more of a 2D metaverse. So we're trying to make it like super.
What's it called?
It's called 2D verse.
Okay.
2D verse. And it's 2D verse. Two. Okay, so it's 2D ver.se. That's
Okay.
the URL. And
Okay.
it just won a hackathon. And it well, yeah, it just won a hackathon. Was it? Oops, sorry. Was it a couple of days ago actually?
Wow.
Um, 2 days ago. And this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna share it. But
She's now sharing a screen of the new 2D verse metaverse here.
yeah, yeah, this is not an ad for.
Oh, it's not a well. The thing is, this show's about creative project things that give you that fire,
Oh,
so it's all good.
so this is sort of the metaverse, and it's actually super big. So if you click here, you can see that it's a whole island.
So it's a
And
huge like 2D space, and anyone can live in any part in there.
yeah, anyone can live in any part. You can buy land, and you can buy plots of land. Let me go back to like the middle of it. Oops, let me zoom out a bit.
It looks like a
So
Game Boy Color or Game Boy
yeah,
Advance era game. It's really cool.
retro,
Yeah.
retro, right? Like I'm a huge fan of those games, and I really like the way it's the way those games are done. And there's like you can edit buildings, you can add stuff to it, you can add walls, then you can import NFTs. Now, if you import NFTs, the NFTs can be put in world. People can buy NFTs through this sort of it. So you can I'm not going to turn on voice chat because it's going to cause a lot of issues with StreamYard.
Sure.
It causes issues in Zoom. But like there's voice chat. There's also regular text chat, and it's a lot of fun.
So you typed in hello, and your avatar actually waves with you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's
Oh, hello there.
this is sort of the thing that we're trying to create. I wanted to show you like the one of the NFTs, but like I forgot where I put my house. I forgot where I put my house. I have too
Man,
much.
you balling like that? You don't know where your house is? That's cool. And I love the isometric look. It's very Pokemon. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty chill.
yeah. We don't want it to be too 3D. We don't want it to be 3D in fact because we want this to run on mobile devices. You can see there's a joystick here.
Oh
So
yeah.
mobile devices would run this like we've tried this with a lot of mobile devices. It runs really well. And this is one of the NFTs, and then you can click it, then you can buy it. Oh, this one's not for sale, but like yeah, you can buy it theoretically. Yeah, and it runs already on phones. This is something that we're trying to do. Um, yeah, I love metaverses so much. I made my own.
I mean, is there a thing that you have a goal with if you're building a living, breathing community? I mean, what is it, like a number of signups? Is it like a kind of vibe you're going for?
Yeah, I'd like to have a metaverse that is full of like activity,
Mm-hmm.
and this is not. This is speaking back to like, of course, and metaverse are on the way up because of first of all because of Facebook, because of Zuckerberg saying his company is a metaverse company. That's one, but also it's up because of NFTs. There's a lot of NFT metaverses out there selling land. The thing is, the NFT community, I love the NFT community and I love the crypto community, but sometimes they are more thinking of like how to flip land or like
Mm-hmm.
basically how to get quick gains, which is fine. Like everyone needs to make a profit. This is a capitalist society anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like uh, a good metaverse is a metaverse which is full of activity of people of buildings of and particularly of like the stuff we mentioned of events of seminars and conferences and like a DJ showings
Yeah.
I don't know, festivals we need those things the thing about metaverses is that the metaverse. Like sometimes people would call me out for saying metaverses because it's
Right.
supposed to be one single metaverse. Like cyberspace is not cyberspaces, right? But
Right. Right.
yeah, but I like calling it metaverses because there's definitely multiple. Anyway, the thing about metaverses is that it's meant to be a social device. It's not a game. It's not
Mhm.
meant to be a game. You can merge it with a game like sandbox.game does, but the thing about the metaverse part is the social part. How we meet people, how we transcend reality by
Right.
making it a reality. This I reject your reality and I substitute mine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And hmm,
So you think about the idea of having metaverses for social interaction versus having metaverses to make profit. It does seem very much like city planning, right? There are some cities that are made to get people to move in, or suburbs make people move in, and there's some that plan it like, no, this is going to be our post office, our
yeah,
school's going to be over there, and it seems kind of like structured that way. So I don't know, is there any hope that there's going to be a merging there of people realizing, hey, look, NFTs are great, but I'll have more here, or is it going to be two different classes of places
I
in the metaverse?
I'm thinking that the metaverse, the ultimate metaverse, and this is something that we're trying to build here, it would be a metaverse that is not only on like one blockchain or one one small piece of the crypto ecosystem, but like it would be multi-chain. It would be uh you connect your wallet here that connects you to Ethereum, and then you walk around, and then like there's another place with a wallet that connects you to the Polygon wallet, and then you walk around, and it's the Near wallet, and then you walk around, and then it's the Octopus wallet.
Right.
It's like we walk around and like connecting to things. Instead of actually having it just be a small community, I think it should go back to the way it's meant to be, a metaverse with a capital M, where multiple communities could merge. I think that would lead to better understanding between communities, and I think because of the strength of our devices now, like the powerfulness of our laptops and phones, it would be sort of something called a side by side metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in crypto voxels, you need to drop everything and just be in crypto voxels, right? Like
Right.
you use crypto voxels. I love crypto voxels, by the way.
Yeah.
This is my crypto voxels. If you guys want to see, I'm just going to show. Yeah. So, but the thing about crypto voxels, even though it's super cool, it's immersive in a way that doesn't let you do anything else. Like
Right.
you're in this metaverse, you're walking around, but you can't have word open and be typing at the same time, or like that's sort of and a lot of people don't like, some people I know just leave that open as a tab, and then just go to another tab and work there, and then
Yeah.
like back to the tab whenever they like. But I'd like to create the way I'd like to create our 2D city is that this is something that is super casual, that you can leave in a window open in the the back of your phone, like the not the back of your phone, the background application of your phone.
Hmm.
When you spin it up, it's just there, and you can just say hello to people coming into your gallery, the gallery that you made. Um, that's okay. So am I still sharing? Oh, yep.
Yeah, he's
I
still saying.
I didn't reshare. So sorry. So I was going to reshare so I can show 2D City again. Yeah. So galleries, you can keep this open at all times
Sure, sure,
in
sure.
the background of your phone, and since it's super light as well, you can meet people here. You can invite people here. So you have like physical um, location,
Yeah.
even when you're in the in devices. Like this is your physical location in digital, so to speak.
But there's also people that say that we're doing this too much. There's people that say, "Hey, look, man, we don't need metaverses. We need parks. We need to walk outside. We need to say, hey, you want to be my friend?" Like, I mean, is it either or can you have both?
No, it's not either or. It needs to be both, which is another part of this. We want to have sort of like bridges between physical and digital, and this is not This is not something that is very high tech. It could be just a QR code or a link. Like you go to a real gallery in the real world in your city, and you just walk around, and oh, this gallery has a QR code that you scan, and on your phone, lo and behold, the metaverse shows up. A metaverse representation of the same gallery, maybe with more detail, maybe with a lot more people, for example, maybe usually probably with different people as well, or maybe a park with a QR code as well, and you have like this would be another metaverse, um, augmented reality, and you can see not just the stuff in the park, but like the virtual stuff that is put in the park. Um,
Yeah.
it's super possible. The thing is we're just at the beginnings of this flow.
Yeah.
In years, there's gonna be like a digital overlay over everything, and that digital overlay, it might not be like the Google Glass thing that that yeah, but
Or
that's kind
Facebook's Ray-Bans or whatever they're doing
of
now.
or whatever they're calling it. But it might be just like if you're in a certain location, there's just like a link to a virtual location, and those complement each other. But yeah, but since if you want to stay home, you can still be outside in the metaverse. If you want to be outside and like visit places, that can be a joint experience, sort of a merged experience,
Yeah.
cross reality experience. Reality side chains is
Well, how different is Decentricity versus Pandu? Like, is it the same? Are you
oh
different? Like in the metaverse,
oh
do you dance
well,
more in digital spaces?
I dance more in digital spaces.
Yeah.
I'm more out there. I'm more open. I'm more no. I guess Pandu Sastrowardoyo is an IT consultant, blockchain consultant.
Mhm.
She's been in the biz for over a decade.
Go on,
Been
girl.
doing stuff. Sold core banking systems in the beginnings of her career. Decentricity and is a degen.
Mhm.
Is a total crypto degenerate.
Yeah.
And, loves NFTs. Has land in crypto voxels. Have and it's like there will be a lot of differences. Like
Mhm.
this is a generic question, not just asking about me, everyone will have a lot of differences between like their in-world avatars
Sure.
and who they are. And it's not just the physical part, not just the visual part, it's also the personality part. I feel that I'm quite different. The way I carry myself within crypto voxels is totally different.
Hmm.
People recognize my personality though, like they know that it's me. It's just like, yeah, this is slightly like I have more fun. I have more fun in crypto
Yeah.
voxel.
What
that's
do people
that's
say
probably
about you? Like, if people were to describe you in there versus IRL or in real life, what would be how would be the actual emotion tags? Not what you do, but like personality.
yeah. I'm personality wise,
Mhm.
I don't do parties IRL.
Really?
I don't really. I like even before the pandemic, I stopped going to parties. I've been so serious in my demeanor, and like go- I make TV appearances and
I saw it. Congratulations on CNBC. I mean, that was great.
yeah, a couple of days ago. But that's not the first one. I've been on TV like for
All
five
right, you're
times.
gonna brag about it. I'm kidding. Great. Yeah, it's still cool seeing all this content. No, no, I was kidding. It was still cool to see it. Yeah, it was like, wow, I know somebody who's famous.
Word. No, I didn't. But yeah, I'm very professional. I'm very businesslike when I'm like Pandu Sastrowardoyo, but like as Decentricity, I feel like I can have more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, people think of me as a fun person. I Yeah, I don't know if I am. I don't know which personality is real. But
Yeah, well, I'm trying to understand. Like, if you are down to party hard digitally but not in real life, is it the stranger element? Is it like you feel like you're able to be yourself and not be judged in there? Like,
both. Yeah,
okay,
well,
guys are
when
creeps. I know.
when I'm in crypto fossils, I don't feel like I'm in a room full of strangers. I'm in a room that's like like there's a lot of other avatars here, but we're all avatars and we're all here, so let's talk. And I also did not want thing to be judged thing is actually a big part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's That's sort of you don't get judged for your avatar. Like, well, you can actually get judged for your avatar. Like if you wear dicks on your forehead, that's the
Wait, that's available? We should
that's,
have led
that's,
with that.
no. It's not available on Crypto Voxels. It is available in Second Life. Second
Okay.
Life still has dicks on foreheads.
Hey, bonus.
Yeah,
I got you. Well, I mean, for me, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm totally immersed into those kind of metaverses or metaverse, that side of the metaverse. But like, I'm on Discord and different things, right? And so I play a game called Rocket League. It's a video game with cars playing soccer. I'm a big fan of it. But I've been doing so and having a handle for that only. I have like a different personality trait when I go into the Discord servers. We have these tournaments. I don't see anyone's faces. They hear my voice, and not to compare the two, but I do feel like there's a bit of like compartmentalization we do, where we go, no, for this I'm this, but for this I'm that, and so I'm just curious to see how that works. Yeah,
that's the word I use, compartmentalization. That's the exact word I would use. Our personalities are too big for just one platform. Like, we're human. Humans
right.
are huge. Like, I mean, humans are, our minds are huge. We have the capacity to create new personalities within like our mental models of mind. That then, we create mental models automatically, because like when you're in a work situation, you're a different person. That's necessarily true because you're at work. And well, most people, but like most people can compartmentalize and create a new personality. It's just that, being in other platforms, other digital platforms, where your interaction is different, whether it's limited to just text, or just limited to Zoom calls, where you get to find the best angles, and
Yeah,
of like the camera, and
right.
take care of the light, and just see, have like all the lighting in place and the backgrounds in place. Or in a 3D or 2D metaverse, where you're just, you create your own avatar. Okay, I'm pretty. Okay, everyone's pretty here. So, I'm, you know, we're
Yeah,
all pretty people.
yeah.
And, or metaverse like Crypto Voxels, where everyone starts off like white avatars,
It's
and
true.
everyone's white.
Yeah, I started off white. I hated it, so now I am like jet black, just to make a point.
I don't. You need to customize, and like, if you're just a white avatar, and everyone's just like, okay, that guy's new, right? That's
New, yeah. That's a dick in
so,
my forehead, and you're saying that's
yeah. They have to change your color. You have to put on like clothes, wearables, and that is sort of different as well, because like then they're in there. People just choose the best wearables, the weirdest wearables possible. Um, I've met several people who became cars, like literally just became like a big car.
that's
Just,
kind of cool, actually.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And told me I could be anything. I saw I became a car.
I'm
Right?
dating a car right now. She's great.
The penguin friend. There's okay. This is gonna sound so weird. There's a penguin friend of mine.
Does he talk or does it talk?
It's a she, but like, yeah, she talks. She's in the metaverse as a penguin avatar,
That's
and
cool.
she walks around as a penguin. She waddles around, and it's like, okay,
She actually waddles. That's great. Why not, man? Why not?
yeah, why not? And it's like you explode your creativity in world, that changes your personality as well, because like people who are shy, who are where you don't. Yeah, I believe everyone's beautiful, but like if someone believes that, oh, I'm ugly, or
Sure.
or not enough, physical confidence. In the metaverse, you can be confident, and that changes a lot of your personality. Yeah,
I
that's
I always wonder that if someone that struggled with my own body issues, this is the first time listening. I used to be a big kid, 375 pounds at my heaviest. I always wondered if there is a way that one can influence the other. Can you be so confident when you don't have anyone looking at you? You can make that transfer into your personality when you go
yeah,
IRL. Is that a
yeah.
thing?
I think so. I think so. That's sort of okay. There's probably a lot of opinions on this, and I'm not a psychologist, but
Yeah, of course.
I've seen people who's been like in world, and been a particular character, and then like that translates back in real life, and they might start as being totally not confident, like that lack of confidence. Um, So okay, so I'm just gonna say this is a sensitive topic, and I'm not gonna,
Sure. Take your
like there's
time.
there's a lot of people that I knew back in Second Life were transgendered.
Okay.
So they're
Safe space.
yeah, so different gender character, different gender avatar. So that's sort of that's how they manifest their uh, personal that's how they manifest it basically. But some of them actually went for real, um, in real life, and not just within Second Life. And Second Life was where they got sort of the courage.
Oh,
Um,
I see. I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, so it's sort of like it's not, it's also it's a learning experience. If you're more comfortable in it, in that. Uh, and like if you think that you feel that you're you, and you're in a world that recognizes you as you want to be that in the real world too.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Like sometimes, and I'll be first to admit this, I'm just your garden variety heterosexual cisgendered male, and you kind of forget about other walks of life that may be judged just for existing in in real space. So
Yeah,
yeah, I get that, having that opportunity to say, will I be accepted as who I see myself in this space
yeah,
first, and well, that will be they do. Why not you, real world? You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty
yeah.
cool.
It's pretty cool. There's also like there's also a lot of there's a lot of furries in Second Life. A lot of people who are,
Well, they're everywhere, man. The
I mean,
furries.
it's their preference. It's like I'm not gonna make fun of them, but like it's they can be furries in Second Life, and that's fine.
Mhm.
In fact, that actually caused the first probable incident of racism in Second Life, because like there's like places that wouldn't allow furries to come in. So
Right, right, yeah. I live in Los Angeles. There's like furry groups around town, so I've seen people meet. I drove
yeah,
by meetings and stuff. Yeah.
it is super funny because, well, not funny. It's a bit ironic because Second Life was supposed to be for everyone, but like there are places that didn't allow furries. Furries not wanted. There's even signs.
Yeah.
This is like deep culture, man. This like and this is a few years ago. It's not no longer valid probably, but um and yeah, and Second Life actually I think placed a ban on child avatars because
Okay.
you don't exactly know if it's really a child or not, and of course Second Life is 18 plus, so
Sure.
there's a lot of not safe for workplaces. So children avatars though still exist in world, like because it's super hard to police that, and some of them are role
Hmm.
playing as kids. This is getting into like sort of the part of Second Life that I don't visit much, by the way. But like I've been on Second Life for like that many years that I know about these places. Second Life is famous for weird sex.
Right.
Okay, and I
Words in
think
air quotes, by the way. Even though,
weird.
yeah,
I this is air
yeah,
quotes. This is what
yeah.
I was saying. I'm trying to. It should be here. This should be this.
Right.
Like this one. Too close. Okay. Uh, so yeah, it's not really like if you recognize sort of the sexual subcultures of the world, like people do BDSM, people do. Second Life is tame in comparison. It's just that it's in your face, right? Because you can just walk into one of these NSFW places and just meet people who are. But there's also G-rated places in Second Life, and there's
Right.
most places are G-rated, I think, at least back then. Now, then the not safe for workplaces, you can find a lot of stuff. You can buy a sex doll for your avatar
Hmm.
um, in Second Life. You can buy vibrators, and the thing about Second Life is that like if when you own an item, it confers your own avatar movement capabilities based on that item. So the
Okay.
vibrator works.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's sort of like that's neither here nor there, but like that's sort of the part of the relationship, sex,
Hmm.
part of having relationships, sex. That's that's something real and real. Like you have sex with the person in Second Life, it feels like you're having sex in real life. Almost, of
Sure.
course.
Sure.
There's no VR yet. There's no VR set that does that yet. But like your imagination takes you into this avatar. This is you. you're seeing through that avatar's eyes. Maybe you wear an Oculus Rift to make you feel exactly like you're in that avatar. But then when you actually have sex, it's the same thing. It feels like the same thing, even though it's not. Even though it's not, it just feels like the same thing. And this is also true for other things. It's also true for, oh God, remember IRC, MIRC?
Oh yeah, yeah,
People do cyber sex.
yeah. I'm terrible at it, but yeah. I'm just worse at it, but yeah, I remember that because there is the mental element of it all. That
There's a
if
mental element.
yeah, if you're
There's
long distance relationships or
right, and when you do Zoom sex too. I mean, have you heard of chat roulette? Chat roulette.
yes, I'm kind of embarrassed to know about this, but yes. When you
Yeah,
like
you
click
know about this. I know about this.
a second reference to CSI New York, because you click a button and someone shows up and you're like, hey, what's going on? And it could be sexy, it could be not sexy, it could be people at random. Yeah.
They have a counterpart now called Dirty Roulette.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Like chatterbait, yeah.
That's the sexy part.
Just the sexy part. Cut to the chase, Grandma. I'm going right to the sexy.
Yeah, I don't want this. I just want to take. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's funny because pandemic aside, and again, I was a guy that was a nerd for a long time because I was a wrestling fan back when wrestling wasn't cool. But now I'm old. I say I don't care. It takes a lot to have the struggle to be like, look, I know I'm not desired. I know I'm not wanted. I know that no one finds me looking attractive in that way. I'm gonna go elsewhere. And we laugh at things like furries or Second Life, but it's kind of like there was porn magazines when I was a kid. There's digital porn now. There's like party lines that people did before I was a kid. So like this is the next evolution of that. So I get it. I understand. I may not do it myself because I am terrible when it comes to that sort of thing. I have no creativity, but I will knock out anyone who does.
Yeah. I mean, don't knock it. Here's the thing though. Like within a few years, this is gonna be how we do things. This is gonna be how we meet people. And I'm not just talking about like the pandemic, but like post-pandemic, like far after, like 5-6 years. We're gonna have metaverses as the way to meet our coworkers and work together, and metaverses where we go clubbing together and meet new friends, and that's not going to be like frowned upon. That's going to be like, okay, where do you meet him? Oh, cryptovoxels or like Pandu's metaverse, the 2D-verse thing or whatever. And we dance together, and it's just the human mind is capable of doing that. So the only reason we're able to do this is because our social immersion is not just physical.
Right.
Like we're not animals. Animals socialize by smelling, touching, licking, blah blah blah. That's how cats do. I have a cat sleeping right there. I don't think she. Yeah, well, she's a.
Stop licking things over there, cat. No.
So, but like, yeah, human beings, we're mental creatures, right? This huge brain developed. One of the theories of how the brain developed is because one gender was trying to, put one over the other gender, and then like it becomes an arms race, and then the brain got huge, sort of a. That's one of the theories. There's a lot of theories. I'm sort of a biologist, but like nah, I'm not gonna go there.
How do you say you're sort of a biologist? I'm sort of a genius, but
no. I used to be a microbiologist. Remember that? Like
so you are a biologist then. That's what I'm saying.
And I have anyway. So I have certifications. It's just
you're just proving that you are. What are you doing? I'm not really well. I'm just a guy who's certified. I'm just awesome. What?
Dude, you make me sound so bad.
No, I'm just saying, if you're a biologist, you're a biologist.
Okay.
Own it.
I'm an environmental engineer.
Okay.
Who focuses on biology.
Nice. I like it.
So I mean, the human mind was created for this, for human relationships. We fool each other. We got huge up here because of other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of like making reality into something else, like redefining reality to like Zoom calls and redefining reality to chats and to metaverses. It's super easy, and especially in a metaverse because there's a physical fake reality in there that sort of fools your brain because we have a conception of self. We have a mental model of who we are. And when you play inside a metaverse enough, that mental model extends to the avatar.
Mm.
Then that avatar becomes you. Sort of like you're driving a car. Your car is an avatar. Like it's the extension of your body.
Yeah.
The avatar is an extension of your body and the extension of your mind, the extension of your personality. And that's sort of how things are going to happen. That's how things are going to be pushed towards. Then that's going to be super common. It's again like driving a car is common these days. Having an avatar in the metaverse would be common, and we're already seeing it with our little brothers and sisters. Like they're already like doing Fortnite events.
Fortnite.
Right? I mean, that's a mini metaverse. Like there's still like that's not fully a social metaverse, but like if you've been to like one of the crypto voxel, Oculus Rift has a lot of game rooms. I think game rooms where avatars come in and just walk and talk with each other. Those are metaverses as well, or just smaller metaverses. Now, the thing about what we mentioned this early in the discussion, there needs to be like one metaverse that basically is agnostic, that can connect to any other chains, any other either blockchain or even off-chain stuff, and interact, like let people within that world together interact with each other and even have like different experiences. Like if you're visually impaired,
okay,
you want to be inside a metaverse. On Second Life, you can actually download a viewer, a Second Life viewer that is voice only. That tells you where you are. That you can have a button like if I'm blind and you're there and you're like another avatar in Second Life, I can just click you and say that follow this guy. So I'm just following you, and the thing describes where you are. Oh, you're next to this. Oh, you're next to this item. Which item to click?
Yeah,
that exists since 2015, man. Like not a lot of people know this, and that's sort of like for some people the metaverse can be not visual, can be like totally audio. For some people it could be purely visual without the audio part, but like it's the same metaverse that's experienced together, and that actually widens the scope of reality because for like the blind people, the visually impaired people, this is their experience of reality that is more real than going outside, because you going outside, you don't get descriptions, man. You don't get descriptions.
You don't.
That's the crazy part. The current NFT metaverses and crypto metaverses, crypto voxels, all that, they're babies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Second Life has a lot of things going for it, and that's because it's been here for 18 years. Again, a tangent, but key here, one metaverse can be multiple experience, can be for the blind, can be 2D, can be 3D, connected to everything, and it would be the replacement for the internet itself.
I love the vision. You have my vote for Metaverse Emperor, President. Hey. I don't know what.
You can be a mayor. You can be the mayor of one of them.
Yes, I'll be a mayor. I'm always a mayor.
But I prefer Imperator.
She thought about this, y'all. She thought about this. So Decentricity, thank you so much for being on the show. I need to know, if I want to follow you, find out the development of your own metaverse, how would I go about doing that?
Just follow me on Decentricity on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram. On the gram.
Hey,
you can find me on LinkedIn, as I think Pandu Sastrowardoyo is the persona that is on LinkedIn. If you want to learn more about 2D verse, that's 2dver.se. That's all. And that's the URL. We'll post updates there, and we will soon be releasing a public beta for you to try out.
Ooh, I'm trying it out. Look, you're on the main page there, 2dver.se. And look at you waving at me. Are you wearing jeans or yoga pants? I have no idea what those are. But it's fashion.
They do look like yoga pants. The The original name was 2D City, so I think the link 2D.city still works, but like, yeah, you just go to 2dver.se. Yeah, that's sort of what I have tonight.